So our companies now, we don't have companies, we have these collectives, right? And the STEM drive connects the companies, okay? Well, how advertisement would work by means of, in this perspective, you don't have advertisement. The STEM drive understands what is out there. Now, sure, there's going to be, on the internet, you can look things up, people will be talking about things, the really cool stuff will be out there, but everything's going to be open and up there. And if you decide you need some, invention or utility or some sort of whatever that some company is developing out there, it wouldn't be that difficult to find one, especially with Google running, the search algorithms and running that whole side of things. It's a very pragmatic sort of distribution model because everything is connected now. The whole reason we were doing advertisement from the get-go was because we were trying to find ways to catch people's attention, to get our product to them because we want to push our products out. But this is not how this works now. Now, people need things, so society needs certain specific things, and now the product comes to them because the network listens, the society listens, and now you have people that are trying, people trying to respond to that. Like I've said before, this is no longer, individual people running around and communicating and working together in little groups. We are now stepping into the realm of becoming a supraorganism optima. Okay, so advertisement now turns into sort of this networked thing. We still have social media. So we still have, the best products are getting out there, best ideas are getting out there. People get out there and propose ideas and systems. It would just be a different thing. There's not going to be manipulation. Somebody comes up with an idea and a development and a product because they want to make the world a better place, because they want to make life better for everybody. So that particular, stream of interaction and communication is a completely different aspect of getting the word out, or a mode of getting the word out. So I can't tell you exactly how this would work, but we're humans, we figure shit out, right? It would be different, and the change after installing, instantiating, and getting a STEM network up and running, it would take some time for people to kind of maneuver through this, but there would be heads on it. There would be people that understand social structures and how people interact. So I don't think advertisement, as far as how it's going to end up being, because of how the system is laid out, because people are going to be self-actualizing, because we have the social auto-actualization and that cycle just happening, we no longer have to worry about things happening that aren't good for us, because everybody is going to try to do what is best for us. And when that comes to advertisement, or how to get people, how to get the information out there and get people to know that this now exists, come get one, we're making one for everybody, or whoever wants one, we're going to figure it out, and we're going to figure out the best possible way to do it. And spam is no longer going to be a thing anymore. Like, cold calls are just not going to exist. How fucking cool is that? You can't tell me you're getting not at least scratching your chin and thinking, yeah, I don't think it's possible, but that would be cool, right? Even if you think I'm full of shit, even if you think I'm blowing smoke up your ass, I know for a fact that you are seeing this in your mind and thinking that would actually be pretty cool, right? So even if I'm blowing smoke up my own ass, that's why I'm doing this, to find out if I'm just being stupid or if there is some legitimate foundation here. So far, all the sciences uphold it. So I'm doing my part, right? I'm doing what I need to do to figure out whether or not this is a viable option for us. When I was talking about actual methods of distribution, how we have the modular transport system. Again, because companies no longer have this need to keep information from other companies or from the world at large. There's not this financial drive to keep your secrets to yourself so you can make the most money off of it. Because that is no longer a problem, we now have a much more open, right? And because we no longer have these companies, which is kind of like fits under that whole exclusive, tight little circle of us and them sort of mentality, right? We now have all of us are a single functioning system, and this is just what we do for the whole. And because now this is the sort of new mentality of how everything works, now you have these collectives interacting openly with other collectives. There's no more, the competition no longer is this financially driven competition, but the competition is, like good sportsmanship like competition. Hey, you guys, we have this idea. We want to do something like this. So the best possible way, right, to come to the best possible path to creating this new idea is to get a few different groups working on the same thing. Don't communicate on what you're doing. Start developing it individually across these different groups. And after you have at least a functional theoretical model of what your new product is going to look like or how it's going to work, then you open up communication. This is what we came up with. Oh, cool, this is what we came up with. Hey, yours is kind of like us. Hey, I like that idea. And so you take the best parts from each idea, and then you create the one thing. And now all these groups, right, come to an agreement of what the best possible, breakdown and methodology for developing whatever new product this is. And each one now produces it. And you can have variations, right? They'll do the whatever model with the whatever style to it, and they'll do whatever this, whatever that. But you originally had this friendly sort of good sportsmanship like competition. And because you had that, now you have the best possible model that you guys could have come up with under whatever circumstances. And now all of them have it. And the only variations are maybe stylistic variations or utility-based variations. This group wants to add this little tiny function because they think a certain subset of people would enjoy that single particular edition, right? And then they do another edition, and somebody just does the plain bare bones model or whatever. So the sociological and psychological structure of this completely alters everything. It makes things better on every level. And if there are any negative side effects, I haven't been able to think of any. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend some time and run through everything and try to come up with as many negative side effects that I can think of that a STEM epiconomy would produce. Just for shits and giggles. I mean, I've been thinking about this for years. I conceptualized this about 10 years ago. And I've been slowly building this in my head for about that same amount of time. So, because I have been thinking mostly of the positive aspects, let's see if I can disprove it. Let's see if I can come up with some good enough reason to say this won't work. Okay, let's do this.